Hey guys, good morning. It's a glorious morning here in Dublin, check it out. There you go. Blue sky and all. Oh, I just did a morning run. So feeling great now. But I only had 4.5 hours sleep last night, so I'm a little bit also tired. I think I'm gonna need a lot of coffee today to get through the day. But I got through my weekend off. Yay! And I'm back working today, so that kind of feels good. And yeah, let's get this day started. A quick shower, shave, and coffee and breakfast. Talk to you in a bit.
All the pieces on the board are lining up again. The man who rolls the dice is playing dangerous game.
How are you all doing? How's things? Today I would like to talk to you a little bit about YouTube. It's been now a bit over 3 weeks, nearly a month since I hit my first 1,000 subscribers, and there's a couple of things I want to gonna talk about. Let's talk about what does the 1,000 subscribers actually mean. The thing is, the subscriber count on its own doesn't really mean anything. It only means something when it converts to views. Because without the views, like, it means nothing. And that is why, for example, you know, you come across a lot of these sites which offer you YouTube subscribers. You can find them in Fiverr.com, and that's why they mean absolutely nothing. Because I mean, unless you have real subscribers who actually want to watch your stuff, it means nothing. A lot of those sites, they're actually just bots, fake accounts. So it'll be a nice little number at the corner of your thing, but it doesn't mean anything. And recently, somebody pointed out to me, a musician, that said, "Look, that's amazing that this guy has over 100,000 views on his video." And I just said straight away, "Show me the video." And they did, and it had 21 likes, and it had like 3 comments. So that's a pretty surefire way of seeing that it's not real, because I've got videos that have well below 100 views, and they got 21 likes and a lot more than 3 comments. So if your videos really truly are great enough to reach those huge numbers, you will have a huge amount of reactions to the video as well. If it's just a huge amount of views, I'm sorry to tell you, but they probably use some sort of bot or service to get those views up. So the 1,000 subscribers. The thing is that YouTube itself does look at the subscriber count, and there's different levels of kind of rewards. And here's the thing I wanted to talk about as well. I was asked straight away by somebody that how much I get paid by YouTube because I got 1,000 subscribers. That surely I must be getting like something substantial out of it. No, I don't. Like, for YouTube to pay you money, it's all through the ad counts, and those ads pay so little that you need to have in like several 100,000 views before it actually amounts up to anything. I think in the past year my YouTube count has, I haven't actually got paid for it because there's a limit until you hit a certain amount before you get paid. I think I have like, I don't know, 30 euros, which is like a bit more than $35 or something like in there. And I've got decent enough like view count, but it's not anything crazy, it's not anything massive. But what YouTube does give you when you hit these goals, like which is the 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and then or of the million, is that they give you more access to their backend stuff, which is you get more access to different courses, which is, I think, very clever way of YouTube doing this, because what they do is in the beginning they give you the basic courses. If you bother to go and look for them, learn them, it will help you to grow to the 1,000 followers, which is where I got. When you get there, they give you more information. They see that you put the effort in, you're worth investing, so they give you more free courses, online courses that you can do. They give you access to things like the YouTube creative spaces. You can go and visit them. Unfortunately, there isn't one in Dublin yet. YouTube, get one in Dublin. We need one in Dublin urgently. You got a massive there's a massive Google office here. Well, when I see across the road a YouTube creator space or something like that. But yeah, there's a few of them around the globe, and if I get anywhere near one of them, we're gonna have to go and visit them and vlog about it. You get access to like local meetups and that kind of stuff. Again, Dublin doesn't really have a much of that going on at the moment through YouTube, but I'm sure that will happen some stage along the way. And again, if I happen to be somewhere on my travels, I might try to go inside with one of them. At the moment, the closest place for me is London. There's definitely one in Berlin, Italy anywhere. I think there's one in Rome as well. So we'll see. Maybe we'll end up in one of them somewhere along the way. So it usually gives you all this back-end stuff, which is, it's not going to do anything massive, but it gives you the basic tools. And here's the thing, everybody thinks that there's these shortcuts that you can do to just reach there. Like you, as I said, you can pay for describers and get up here. But that's absolutely useless unless you've actually done these steps along the way, which are that you start by creating content, and your content gets better. You get a couple of subscribers, you try to engage with them, you can engage with them more and more, and that's how it organically grows. And if you skip any of those steps, it's gonna come and bite you in the ass later on in the journey. So I'm very excited. That's one of the reasons I was up last night until about 2 o'clock, and I was up really early this morning, because I was doing some of the courses, online courses that they gave me, and there's some really useful stuff. Like you learn the very basics, but you learn the logic behind the basics. Like you learn about thumbnails, you learn about your titles, your tagging, you learn about the descriptions, and you learn about playlists and how you should use them, and how they give you great examples of how other people have used them successfully, and then they give you some examples of how to use your analytics as well. Really cool way. Like I know the analytics pretty well, but I'm a bit lazy using them, and one of the courses last night really got me into digging into a little bit more on them, and there's kind of a couple of wake-up calls there as well, because I've been told to try this and that and the other, and you kind of like, okay, I will some stage. I never get around to it, and so now they gave you kind of actionable plans of how actually go and try it. You know, if this video hasn't done well, why don't you try to change the thumbnail of it or change the title of it, see what happens. See, like, don't go changing it every day because nothing happens, but change it now, come back to it 30 days later, see if there's any difference. And these are great ways that you learn something. So there we go. On another quick note, my Final Cut Pro X trial ran out, and I told you before, I had a kind of funny month. I had 2 weekends completely cancelled. A few other sessions kind of cancelled as well. So I had to count my money pretty carefully this month. I've gone to nearly to the end of the month, and next month is going to be a little bit more steady and definitely more exciting, because we've got some trips coming up and all that sort of stuff. So I got to the end of the trial, and right now I'm a bit hesitant at dropping the 300 euros before the rent day. So I got the Adobe Premiere trial. I've only did one video with the Adobe Premiere so far. It is impressive, but this is just first impressions. I'm going to do more detailed explanation and my comparison for it. If you do daily vlogging, the workflow is so important. The speed at what you can work with is so important, because you want to create the best possible content, but your time is going to be limited because you're filming all day, and for just by the nature of it, to be able to film all day and then edit the stuff, like, you have to have something interesting happening in your day. And by the nature of that, like, my job is I'm a musician, so I actually have other stuff that I have to do during the day as well, so my time is limited. So I need software that allows me to do all this editing really fast. So far the Final Cut Pro X is closest to it. The Adobe got me a little bit frustrated about several different things. Obviously, it's still a learning curve, and that's something I was just going to have to try. But the trial is only for 7 days, which is strange. I don't think it's a very clever decision from Adobe, because 7 days is not really long enough to get me hooked. It's probably going to take me 7 days just about to learn the basics of the software. So Final Cut Pro X gave me 30 days, and that definitely got me hooked. So that's something, if I was working in Adobe, I would consider that again. I think the 30-day trial is a lot more effective. I think it'd be much better for their business model, and much more, they'd get much more subscribers if they got people using it for 30 days instead of 7 days. So at the moment, Final Cut Pro X is winning. I'm still gonna give this full 7 days, so 6 more days to the Adobe Premiere, and see where we end up then. So there you go. That was kind of YouTubey film editing kind of talk, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you don't find it too boring. But sometimes I gotta get these things out of the system, and yeah, let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments, and if you have any of the same experiences, and if you are a YouTuber, or if you're thinking of being a YouTuber, you know, of course I'd like to help you as much as I can, because there's some good people on the way, gave me a little bit of advice, and yeah, if you need any help with any of that, so let me know in the comments, and talk to you soon. How are you today?
Today we're sad because yesterday Ireland were knocked out of the European Football Championships, and the country is a bit deflated today. But we'll be back up again, because the lads is proud.
4 years time.
The next games are in September. We go for the World Cup qualification, and there's a trip to Vienna as well. So we'll see you in Austria for that. So
excellent.
Carry on. Well done, lads.
The word of this week, more of a phrase, we'll say unfulfilled promise. How does that sound? Is that just despairingly desperate enough? Although there is still hope. Iceland can give us great hope if they achieve a victory over the perfidious Albion this afternoon. Spain and Italy could dish us up a classic. Various other teams are involved, but they don't really matter anymore. So, vive la France!
First test of the week done. On my way home, trying to do some work with vlog. Day 2, trying to figure out Premiere. We'll see whether I get through it or I just buy the Adobe. Tonight, I don't wanna take another man's life. I wanna grow old before I die.